This is the guided three things exercise. I'm trying to enter into the spirit of the exercise as wholeheartedly as you can. So, we're firstly going to be looking at three things you can see in the room or place where you are, then listening to three sounds that you can hear in the room or outside, and then looking at three things you can touch in the room or outside. So, first of all, just coming to awareness of the body sitting on the surface that you're sitting on, or if you're standing, being aware of the contact between the feet and the floor. The fact that you are sitting or standing here. And then looking around you and choosing three things that you can see. Choosing one of those three things and starting to describe what you notice about it. So I'm going to offer some examples here in this recording, and the invitation is for you to go with those examples, and then when you're practicing on your own, maybe you might find some other examples or some other words or way of describing qualities. So this object that you've chosen to describe, what's its size? So maybe describing somehow in words that mean something to you, the size of the object that you're looking at. And then the shape of it. What shape is it? Square, oblong, oval, round, blobby? And whereabouts is it? Is it on the floor? Is it attached to something? Is it sitting on something? So describing whereabouts it is. Is it right ahead of you, to one side, behind you? And then the object itself, is it one colour or is it a mixture of colours? So describing those colours. And then any features on this object, like writing or numbers or designs or shapes. Again, describing these things out loud, maybe. Are there any holes in the object or any gaps or slits? Perhaps it's broken in some place. Does it have any buttons or other objects attached to it or things stuck onto it? And is there anything else that you can notice about this object that you'd like to describe? And at this point, you may like to hit the pause button and then just go through the same process for two more objects in the room where you are. And then when you're ready, moving on to the second part of the exercise. So you're choosing, listening out for three different sounds that you can hear, either in the room where you are, or in another room in the same building, or outside the building. Or if you're doing this exercise when you're outside, maybe sounds that are close by or mid-distance or far distance. So when you've chosen those three sounds, then choosing a sound to focus on first. So with that sound, again, here are some examples of different qualities that you might be noticing about the sounds, and inviting you to choose your own qualities or words for different qualities, if you like. So starting with the volume of the sound, is it loud or soft or somewhere in between? Is the shape of the sound sharp or is it gentle or shrill? Or is there some other word that you would use to describe the texture of the sound? And then, how often does the sound happen? So is it continuous, like a low-pitched hum, or is it stop-start, intermittent? Is there a rhythm to it, perhaps? Is it melodious? So does it sound as if it's the same note, or is there a bit of a tune there? Maybe noticing the pitch. So is it low pitch or very high pitch or somewhere in between? So then pausing the recording and then choosing to go through the other two sounds that you'd picked earlier and repeating the process with those two sounds. And then before moving on to the next phase, just focusing again on the fact that you are either sitting or standing in the room or place that you're in. Just noticing your connection to whatever you're sitting on, or if you're standing, noticing again the connection of your feet with the floor. Maybe this time noticing the positioning of your shoulders, how your breathing feels. And then moving on to 3 things that you can touch in the room or place where you are. So choosing 3 different things that you're going to explore with the sense of touch, and just starting with the first thing. So again, here are some examples of words that you might like to use to explore the different qualities. And again, the invitation is for you to maybe find your own words as well. So this first object that you've chosen, noticing whether it's soft or hard or somewhere in between. And noticing when you first put your hands on it, whether it's hot or cold, or again, middling to the touch. And does the object warm up? Does it respond to the warmth of your hand as you touch it? Is it smooth or is it rough? Has it got some kind of texture to it that you can notice as you explore with your hands, rub your hands, run your hands over and around the object? Is it ridged? So has it got some kind of patterned texture that you can feel, that you can notice with your fingertips? Is it, so the edges, are they hard edged or rounded? Or again, somewhere in between? Just noticing what the edge feels like. Does it have a ridge to it? Are the edges squishy? Is there anything else about this object that you would like to describe? So then maybe pausing the recording and repeating that process for the other 2 objects that you had chosen. And then when you've reached that finishing point, just pausing again to become aware of the fact that you are here in the room or place, having just been observing the objects that you chose. Checking in with your breathing, aware of the connection between the chair or the surface that you're either sitting on or standing on. Remembering that we've been looking at what is here now, drawing our attention gently away from thoughts, narratives, stories, fears, emotions, gently in the direction of what's here now. What can I see? What can I hear? What can I feel? And now just inviting you to gently bringing your regained mind-body awareness into the next part of your day, with the knowledge that at any point in time where you want to take another pause and reset, you can come back to this exercise as often as required.